What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It's HorrorFan34, and welcome to another video. And I guess welcome to another video where I showcase you guys some of the things that I have in my collection. Now, if you're probably wondering why, in some videos I have the same shirt on, that's because I film a lot of these videos on the same day. So these are a lot of pre-recorded videos that I do the same day. So that's why you see the same shirt sometimes a lot in my videos. Because I do pre-record quite a few videos a day, but, well, this is another one of them here, and, this is going to be sort of just like a quick little Blu-ray and DVD update. I found 3 DVDs, and I got 3 Scream Factory Blu-rays and 3 other Blu-rays that I wanted to show you guys. And, let's not waste any more time here, and let's get on to my pickups. So, and if you've seen any of these films or anything like that, let me know what you think of them in the comments. But I'm going to go through the DVDs first. Picked up Cabin Fever on DVD, which I did have this on DVD before, but it was kind of scuffed up, and it didn't have like this cool lenticular slip cover, which kind of goes like that, where you see it's dark with the cabin and the red skull appears like this. Of course, when you take it out, it's just this. But I would say it's definitely my favorite film that Eli Roth directed. I think it's a cool idea that deals with a bunch of these teenagers with this cabin out in the woods, and then they get this flesh-eating virus that's eating their skin away. And I like the cast as well. You have, Jordan Ladd, you have Ryder Strong, you have James DeBello, Serena Vincent, Joey Kern. You also have Giuseppe Andrews, which ironically enough, him and James DeBello were 2 of the kids in Detroit Rock City, which was fun. You get some really nice gore effects in here as well by K&B. K&B Special Makeup Effects. Especially the part when the girl is shaving her legs in the bathtub and the skin peels off, and very disgusting looking, but very cool looking shot. Like I said, really great special effects. So, and it's definitely one of my favorite horror films from the 2000s, I would say. Basketball. Of course, this is from the director. Actually, by David Zucker, the same guy that did Naked Gun and Hot Shots. I believe he did Hot Shot. No, that was Jim Abrams. Sorry, not David Zucker. I always get those two confused because they were kind of associated with each other. But of course, this is from the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the stars of the film. You also have people you have Jenny McCarthy, you have Robert Vaughn, Ernest Borgnine, may he rest in peace, from the original Poseidon Adventure, Deadly Blessing. And this is a really fun comedy where they invent this sport called basketball, where it's basketball but with giant baseballs. It's a pretty damn funny movie. And the last DVD that I got here that I'm going to show is Blue Streak. I would say one of my personal favorite films with Martin Lawrence. I'd probably say my favorite Martin Lawrence film is Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2. But I also really enjoy, what was that film that he did with Tim Robbins? Nothing to Lose. That was another one he did that was a lot of fun. And this is another one that he did that was pretty fun. You also have Luke Wilson, you have William Forsythe, you also have Dave Chappelle, you have Peter Green, who was the bad guy in The Mask, and he was Zed from Pulp Fiction, and he was one of the bad guys in Judgment Night. But this is a really fun, entertaining sort of movie where Martin Lawrence plays a jewel thief, and there's this heist that goes wrong, and he has to pose as a detective, and all kinds of hijinks happen. It's a pretty damn fun movie, Blue Streak. Now we're getting on to the Blu-rays that I got. So I'll put them in 2 piles here. I'll save the Scream Factory ones for last. First Blu-ray that I got was Cliffhanger. I was so happy to get this on Blu-ray because I know this one was actually out of print and hard to find on Blu-ray, and I found a copy of it on Amazon for $20. This was definitely a Stallone film that I wanted to get in my collection on Blu-ray, and now I pretty much have all of Stallone's films that I really wanted on Blu-ray. Like I have the Rocky films. I don't know if you can see it, but like the over there, I have the Rocky films on Blu-ray. I have Tango and Cash on Blu-ray. Over the Top. Well, the only real films I really need on Blu-ray now are the Rambo films, which I really like to get at some point. But I also have like Cobra from Scream Factory on Blu-ray, and I'm trying to think what else did I have that from Blu-ray. Get Carter on Blu-ray, and this is another one I wanted, and I love this film so much. When it comes to like '90s action films, I absolutely adore this film. It's definitely one of Stallone's best films. Wanted to get this on Blu-ray, the unrated version of the Hills Have Eyes remake, which I do have on DVD. I'm going to keep the DVD because of the cool slipcover, but I know the unrated version was kind of hard to find on Blu-ray, because I know you can always find the theatrical cut of the film, like not the unrated cut, but the R-rated cut. Theatrical cut. What am I saying? The R-rated cut on Blu-ray, where it's a much different cover than this, but I wanted the unrated version. And this is my personal favorite horror remake of all time. I like the fact that they're actually mutants in this one. They're actually mutant-looking people. And I really like Aaron Stanford as Doug. And the other cast members do a good job. You have, Ted Levine, Kathleen Quinlan, Vanessa Shaw. I really like Michael Bailey Smith as Pluto, this guy here. And I think it was very well directed by Alexander Aja as well. And here's a film here that I had on DVD, and I had no idea it was even on Blu-ray, and I had to get it. It was pretty dirt cheap, so I figured why not and pick it up. But Exit Speed. If you like those like action sort of like thrillers, this is one of the more underrated ones, I would say. And it's a pretty fast-paced thrill ride. Basic idea is you have these 10 passengers on this bus. And it takes place on Christmas Eve. They're going home for Christmas. You have 10 passengers, including not Fred Ward, but he's a cop, sort of like a detective who's looking for this woman who's one of the passengers, but he helps her out. But these two are some of the passengers. You have Desmond Harrington from Wrong Turn, TV show Dexter. You also have Leah Thompson from, Back to the Future, Howard the Duck, Dennis the Menace, quite a few other stuff as well. You also have people like, and of course there's Fred Ward on the back there. I'm a big fan of Fred Ward, Tremors, Uncommon Valor, Remo Williams. But the basic idea is that you have 10 passengers going home for Christmas, and their bus gets run off the road by this biker gang, these motorcycle maniacs. And one thing leads to another. One of the members of the gang drives on the wrong side of the road, and the bus runs over them. But it doesn't kill the rider. The biker kills one of the people on the bus, and one of the people in there shoots the biker in self-defense. And unfortunately, the other members of the biker gang witness that, and they decide to get revenge on these people. So then they get run off the road into this scrapyard, and they got to take refuge in the scrapyard, and they have to start protecting themselves from the gang, and they're building weapons out of these junkyard parts and things like that to fight off the gang. Fred Ward comes in there a little bit at the very end to help. But it's a really fun, entertaining, fast-paced thrill ride. I mean, you get some pretty decent character moments even as well, with Desmond Harrington and Leah Thompson. And I just think it went at a really good pace. It's only an hour and 33 minutes with credits, so probably an hour and 20-some minutes. Very fast-paced movie, and it's a really underrated gem in my opinion. I like that movie quite a bit. Now we're getting on to the Scream Factory titles that I picked up. I got this one most recently, and I found it for $20 on sale. The It's Alive trilogy from Scream Factory comes with the 3 It's Alive films. Get a look there on the back. But I do enjoy all 3 of these films. So, of course, you have the original It's Alive. All these directed by Larry Cohen. Of course, It's Alive 2, and of course, It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive. I think all three films are very solid. The first one's PG, and the other two are R-rated. But this is like a really cool series about a killer baby. You can see there. And Larry Cohen, very talented director, very talented writer. And Larry Cohen's greatly missed as well. I miss Larry Cohen. Got this for, finally got this. I had this on an old DVD, but I wanted to get the Blu-ray. But Escape from LA from Scream Factory. And of course, to add to my Kurt Russell collection and the Scream Factory collection as well. I think this is one of the more underrated John Carpenter films. Not as good as Escape from New York, but I still think this film is a lot of fun. I think Kurt Russell still does a good job as Snake Plissken. And it was cool to see people like Stacy Keach from Road Games and things like that. You have Steve Buscemi, you have Peter Fonda, may he rest in peace. Cliff Robertson, who was Uncle Ben in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. And, overall, this is just a really entertaining sequel. I mean, like I said, not as good as Escape from New York, but I still think it's pretty fun. Some of the special effects don't really hold up that well, but it's still a fun sequel. And the last thing I'll show you for you guys for this video, and the last of the Scream Factory titles that I picked up, is the most recent one that came out, Event Horizon. So glad to see that this got a special edition, even though it did have a special edition DVD. I like the original poster art that it has, and they actually carry over that 5-part documentary that was on the DVD. And it has a brand new 4K scan, which it looks great looks really great in the 4K scan. And you have a lot of really brand new interviews. You have interviews with, sadly, no interviews with these two guys, Lawrence Fishburne or Sam Neill, but you do get interviews with Kathleen Quinlan, some of the producers. But Event Horizon, I would say definitely one of the scarier films that I've seen. It's definitely one of the films that really creeped me out, and it still does to this day. It's up there with things like Candyman and all that stuff that creeped me out. But that's pretty much the update. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.